All right, let me give you all a quick Warhammer update. I watched. I know I've got full Warhammer brain. I've threatened in the past to become a Warhammer guy, and I think like I may have been pushed over the edge recently. So here's where I'm at. I watched about 2.5 hours of YouTube content of a guy just explaining all the different factions. So I know about all the different factions of the Astartes now. I didn't watch Astartes yet. I did not watch the short film yet. But I did watch 2.5 hours of people, of a guy explaining all of the various factions and sub-factions of Warhammer lore. Then what I did was I watched 2 Warhammer tabletop games. Who's my favorite god? Probably Tzeentch. Is that the creepy dude? Like they're all creepy dudes, but he's like the little wiry dude who he's like the causality god or whatever. I don't think I'm gonna buy Warhammer figurines. I was on the game. I did have the Games Workshop website open today. I was like, oh, starter kit. You know, that sounds nice. Just to start. Just get started. It was like $99. And it didn't have anything good in it. So I think if I ever get a Warhammer thing, I'll probably just like individually purchase a piece that I like. Anyways, so the Warhammer update. That's what I did. I watched 2.5 to 3 hours of Warhammer lore content on YouTube. Watched Tentacular Moth. Those were the things that I was watching. The 40K and 40 minutes. They're really good, and they've got really good like commentary that contextualizes who's doing what and why. And then what I did was I bought the first book of the Horus Heresy on Audible. So I'm now listening to a Warhammer audiobook, and it's really good. On Dan Abnett, good writer. Let me see what else he's written. Can play on Tabletop Simulator. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's start talking about the game we're going to play today. We're going to get back to Deus Ex today. Tabletop Simulator. You can't paint hot pink accents on your guys. Oh, I also picked up Dawn of War 2. I think I mentioned that on the last stream. This is how it happens. This is what happened with me in Dark Souls like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know how I maintain room for all the... I mean, the good thing is like things slow down, right? And then you have the benefit of, you know, sort of putting an interest on the back burner. I'd say that's where Dark Souls is for me right now, because obviously there hasn't been, and there probably isn't going to be a lot of Souls content for a little while. Until Elden Ring. And I'm not expecting anything from Elden Ring for like at least another 2 years. So yeah, so now my brain has to just focus its attention somewhere else. Is this better or worse than becoming a homebrewing guy? I need to know if I have a leg to stand on, says the Blakery. I don't know. I'm not going to make value judgments. We need homebrew guys too. I have homebrew friends. My brother-in-law is a homebrew guy. Warhammer I don't think I can ever become a Warhammer guy, though. I can ever become a true Warhammer guy. No true Warhammer guy, simply because I do not have room. And also, I mean, I spend money on other stupid hobbies, so I could probably like move things around and be thrifty enough to like afford being a Warhammer guy over time. But I've got to make up for a lot of lost ground, and I physically don't have the space to be a Warhammer guy. But I think, you know, I'm sort of terraforming my brain to be a Warhammer, you know, for, you know, when the opportunity strikes. I will have already done the work. I will have conditioned myself. I will have groomed myself to be a Warhammer guy. Yeah, I can be an emotional Warhammer guy. I was looking... I did my favorite part of getting into a new hobby today, and it's looking up Warhammer memes. Sorry, my favorite part of the hobby is when you're too early in a hobby to understand the memes, going and looking up the memes. It was one of the best things with Dark Souls. It's one of the best things with like fighting games and Tekken and stuff like that is not understanding the memes, but going to look at the meme pages, then doing the mental work to work backwards from there to figure out what the joke is. That's a good hobby. What is the best Warhammer video game, says Doom Church? That's a great question for the chat. If you're looking for an action game, Space Marine is like a fun afternoon of hack and slash and shooting. Vermintide is not in the 40k universe. They're working on a sort of Left 4 Dead style game in the 40k universe. Dawn of War. Those games are supposed to be very good. Space Hulk is like it's a tactical shooter. It looks kind of neat. I don't really understand. I know Space Hulk is adapted from one of the tabletop games. But they adapted it into sort of like a tactical dungeon crawl shooter. Yeah, I'm a non-practicing Warhammer guy. Your boy is old. That's perfect, because like just like, you know, Catholicism or anything, like it's got Catholicism. I don't practice. Yeah, I'm Warhammer, but I don't practice. It's like being spiritual but not religious. Listen, I'm spiritual. Like I don't necessarily believe, you know, there's a god emperor sitting on the throne, the Imperium of Man, being fed 1,000 souls a day. Like I don't necessarily believe that, but you know, I think maybe there's something out there. Lapsed Warhammer guy. 60k magic cards. All right.